So this is my presentation for Java 2 class, and my project is basically a trivia game quiz that has 20 questions. This project was inspired by the fact that I've learned about Java GUIs. They give the user a good interactive experience, they look cool, and trivia games and quizzes are in general really fun. For example, I've done some game quizzes during a lot of history classes at school, such as the ones below that give you the answer, the questions of varying difficulties. And it's really fun to do, and I want to make that with more features in my Java 2 class. So there are many things I learned that I used in my project. For example, Java GUIs include JPanels, JLabels, JFrames, JButtons. The ABCDs right here are all JButtons. We added, for example, JLabels, and the trivia here is like the set title, for example. So a lot of different things that we've implemented. And the other one here is inheritance. So the subclass inherits from the superclass. Like, well, eventually we did a class question and we used a class MC question extends question. So when it says like super question answer here, it is from private ans and private choices. Private question right on top. So that super means it inherits from the class before it. So these are some examples of my code. For example, if we said correct, if we call the new JFrame like correct, then every time we have a question, and if the answer is A, which means if you press the A button, you get it correctly. Like if answer is equals to A, then we set this correct frame, which is like green frame that says you're correct, to visible. And we add your score. We give you like 4 more points on this. And if you're wrong, like if the answer is not A, then we subtract 1 from your score and we show you like a wrong screen, a screen that says that's red and says like you're wrong and made a mistake, and etc. And that goes the same for like B, C, and D as well. And for the part on the right here, we generate random questions, non-repeating random questions with an array list actually too. So here we have array list questions and array list called random, and array list called random. Let's see. So this part makes it generate random questions. And if we go down here, like this part, it says an if and else statement. So if when each time when we have a new question, we put that question, that element into our array list questions. And when that array list contains the same number of elements, the length as our other array list, like random, at that point we'll stop the program and the game is over as shown here. Else, if it's not the same yet, well, then we will take that index, like that question specifically from like, and we will take that specific question like into our array list so we don't repeat it again. Yeah. And that also is why our questions normally do not repeat. And then we set it to like button A, B, C, and D, and the whole screen. So here's a demo. Yeah, so this is the whole of the code. And all right. So every time it's correct, adds 4 points and shows this correct screen. So when I use the minimize button, it minimizes the whole screen and doesn't show it again. So if I choose a wrong answer, it gives me wrong and minuses 1 point. It's because these questions are sometimes really hard, so we don't want the user to get negative points. We might discourage them. And if I'm wrong, it allows me to take this question until I'm correct. See the score counters right here. Yeah. Yeah, so the game is done, and it says the end, your final score is 75. So that's the end of our demo. So my favorite part about working on this project is testing it, retesting it many times, and adding different features. So after we got the basic structure completed, which is the questions and choices, then we added, for example, score counter, these two screens, and the screens at the end that says the game is over. So it really makes for a better experience. So if I were to improve it, I would first add at the beginning 3 buttons that allow the user to choose easy, medium, and difficult modes. And these questions actually range in difficulty. Like right now, these 20 questions, some of them are kind of niche and harder than the other ones. So if the user could choose which difficulty level they want to play, it could perhaps be better. And also the user could choose perhaps to use hints, like eliminate 2 incorrect choices. I've seen that done on an app, a website we used during classes called Quizzes. It allows you to eliminate 2 incorrect choices at a cost sometimes, and makes the thing perhaps slightly easier, like 50% possibility of getting either one correct. And fill in the blank questions could also be added because this is only limited to MCQ questions. So if we were to have fill in the blank, then perhaps it wouldn't be case sensitive, and let the user fill in a definitive answer. So that is all. Thank you.